barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to join the Patreon. So how about this day in boxing? How about today? Am I not TBE or what? Sorry, Floyd, I had to steal your moniker, but didn't today just prove to y'all that you can't run from what you speak into existence? You know what I mean? Like, you literally can't run from what you speak into existence. I spoke this day into existence unbeknownst to me. You know, and let this be a lesson learned. Like, the universe is conforming to your thoughts and your actions. And I know I'm talking metaphysical and speaking on lower frequencies as it relates to boxing, but now I'm raising it to a higher frequency. It's just after I interviewed Errol Spence, I'm gonna tell you how I interviewed Errol Spence. I was leaving the hotel. I didn't know Errol Spence was there. And the funny thing is, swear to Jesus Christ, I text Earl and Derek James 5 minutes before I saw him. Y'all didn't hear it on the conversation, but I said, Earl, I just text you. He said, yeah, I got it. And Derek, and you heard Derek talk about that in the interview. He said, yeah, I saw what you sent me. It's just funny how you can speak your life into existence, man. And I just want to send that, above all what I did today, just let this be a lesson learned. From Victor Conte to Robert Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, and all I'm doing is promoting the fight. But whether you're 7, 70, 77 years old, man, or whatever I miss, you can speak your greatness into existence, man. And I just want to extend that to y'all before I get into this video. Now let's talk into the video. Let's go backwards. Let's start with Errol Spence. Let's go backwards. Didn't know he was there. I shot him a text, and Earl was like, what's up? You know what I mean? And it was great that I got him last, because I got his response to everything. He was off to the Cowboys game. Maybe I'll catch him before, maybe tomorrow. My guess is he leaves tomorrow, but if I'm him, I would stay for the fight tomorrow. And maybe they're doing some in-studio interviews tomorrow at the Fox studio, which would be genius. You know what I'm saying? So especially they both Cowboys fans, and they do that. Hopefully Fox may have them in studio since they're in Los Angeles. Victor Conte. I'm not sure if this made the camera, but I told him, I disclosed myself because I don't like people, you know, I like for people to know where I stand, you know, as it relates to how I view them, because I don't want that snake in the grass mentality. Oh, he smiled in my face and he did that. And I disclosed to Victor Conte, I've been on his ass. I've been on his ass. And then when the camera ended, you know what I enjoyed most about that? You know what I literally enjoyed most about that interview? When it ended, I had a senior citizen going under that rope to get away from me. I was like, that was like the kick of it. That was like, I got joy out of that shit. And then after the interview, it's things that y'all didn't see. We're talking to each other with our body language. Like, we're about 20 feet away. And I believe it may be he, his wife, and his daughter. I don't know, but it was a younger woman, a woman about his age, and Victor Conte. And then I had to go to the bathroom. So I walked by him, literally 1 feet away. And I said, I've been killing you, Victor. I've been killing. And you can see him festering, like brewing, like brewing with like frustration and anger. And I believe he hasn't felt this type of discontent with him and disdain with him as it relates to his job. And I equate this to any felon in the history of America. You cannot go back to the job in which you was a felon of. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not drawing a parallel to this, but I'm giving you an example, okay? It's like a pedophile. You can't be in feet of a school. You understand? You have to sign the Megan's Law. If you are a felon with a gun, you cannot carry a gun. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just think that it's just essential. You cannot be allowed to do the same thing that you're doing that you're convicted of. You understand? And I know people in the comments that's going to say, well, this and that. Well, at the end of the day, man, I don't trust him. I don't trust him with the athletes because there's no jurisdictions, there's no union. There's 50 unions in America. There's 50 boxing commissions, right? And if it don't work in Los Angeles, and moreover than that, there's no like policing agents, right? There's a response team, and that's called VADA, USADA, WADA, right? There's no like pregame where they tell you, well, you can't work with Victor Conte, he's illegal. The guy gave this guy illegal juice in a fight. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Put it in the comments that he was banned for life from boxing. This guy taught Shane Mosley how to inject PEDs into his body, and it's still working. Panama Lewis, if I'm not mistaken. I'm drawing a blank. I haven't thought of that man's name in quite some time. But yes, he gave him an illegal substance while he was drinking, and I'm uncertain of. It was before me. I'm uncertain of if that was the proper crime, but because they gave him that crime, how is he not banned for life? You understand? And I hate the fact that when an athlete succeeds, he gets a lot of credit. When the athletes fail to get popped, oh, I wasn't part of it. I wasn't part. The reason why he did 4 months in jail is because he opened up his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? And he's a rat per se, and I don't respect him from that vantage point. From a professional level and working with boxers and athletes, I want no parts of that. You understand? You guys know how I feel. You guys know my profile as I'm like a weekend warrior that overachieves, you know, and that attempts to do it the right way physically, nutritionally. You understand? I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like I'm wrong on in other variables in my life. You know what I mean? But as it relates to fitness and getting in shape, I don't cut corners. Now, as I digress to Mikey Garcia, let me tell you something about Mikey Garcia. I love Mikey Garcia. You don't understand. I love my LA athletes, man. Like, love them. Like, and that's what some of Mikey Garcia fans don't understand. I admire Mikey Garcia. I just believe he can't beat Errol Spence. And how you become great, and no matter what you do in life, you have to meet it with equal or greater energy. I'm teaching y'all life lessons. I can't go to Mikey Garcia and just ask PC questions. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys gotta, I'm teaching you guys the game. I created Eddie Hearn as my enemy. I created him. I went into a laboratory and I'm giving you guys this for free. So I said, it was Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. And the paper, remember I told you guys, I says, Deontay is going to be pretty strong in LA. I mean, in America. So what I need to do, I need to build his brand over in the UK. How can I do it? And how can I be profitable? How can I gain momentum? Oh, Eddie Hearn, he's an easy target. Let's go after Eddie Hearn. I haven't done a video on Eddie Hearn since the fight, basically, right? It's been over a month, right? That's old news to me. I don't talk about Eddie Hearn as it relates to, as I did every day or every second day, every third day. There's a new enemy in town. And it's Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. I live in Los Angeles. Mexicans are thriving to overtake blacks. You know, the prisons set the tone. The prisons, the energy from the prisons come down to the streets, and they abide by that. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I know that in my head, guess what? I'm going to monetize it. The same way they sell I Am Black t-shirts on Crenshaw and Slauson, the same way they sell Mexican flags at Olivera Street is the same way Fred is going to promote this fight to gain momentum and leverage. Mikey Garcia knows, the Garcias at the base of all this. They know I have the utmost respect for them. Period. End of discussion. No debate. I admire them. I admire their moxie. I admire his courage. I just think as it relates to Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, it's not a contest. It's not even, and I'm shocked that Vegas only has it 3.5 to 4 favorite for Errol Spence. I'm shocked. You know, so, but, you know, but I admire Mike Garcia. I love his confidence. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think it's going to be a hell of an event. I'm glad Peter and Mikey Garcia know me. I'm really glad that they understand, they know what I'm doing. They're gonna get all the money, they're gonna get all the tea in China, man. I'm just gonna reiterate this again, because I know Team Garcia is gonna watch this video at some point. It's gonna come up on a timeline on YouTube and they'll watch it. I admire them. I admire their moxie. For real, no bullshit. And as it relates to Robert Garcia, he's cool, but I see it in Robert Garcia's eyes. He wants this shit. He relishes in it. I see it in his eye. If I can get him one-on-one in a sit-down interview, I can bring that out of him. I know I can bring it out of him, but it's too much going on, and I don't know how much. See, when you're doing these interviews, you don't know how much time you have. So you got to like shoot your bullets. You can't have setup questions. You can't ask questions based off how you feel about him spiritually. You don't have time to invest in that, right? So in my head, I think I got 4 questions, you know, give or take 4, 5, 6, you know, and I think I have somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes maybe to interview these guys. And but I look in Robert Garcia's eyes. I genuinely look in Robert Garcia's eyes. One, and this is just not on a racial undertone. This is just being a Latino in America, how it frames you, right? Same way with blacks and Latinos, I'm trying to level off the playing field so people don't think I'm racist and all this, but listen to me carefully. He wants this, one, because he's the underdog, and he knows the underlying is black versus brown. No, I mean, and I can accept that. I know in his silent moments, he relishes in the fact that all 3 of his Latin comrades, who I respect, right? You guys know how I feel about Abner Mares. It's well chronicled on this channel. 2, I haven't interviewed Josito Lopez, but I've covered his fights because he's been co-main events quite often. And you guys know how I feel about Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia knows how I feel about him, right? And Robert Garcia is relishing in the fact that he's an underdog. Oh my God. I see it in his eyes. I want to bring that out of him so y'all can see that shit. And I believe, no disrespect to any other media, I think I am the only media member that can bring it out of him, because I'm willing to go there with him. I'm willing to talk about the streets of LA and bring that energy out of him. Not from a racial standpoint, not from I hate blacks, I hate Mexicans, but just the energy of it and how it inspires him and encourages him. You understand? And the same way as Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, the same way as Bernard Hopkins versus Felix Trinidad. See, it's sad in today's boxing that even black people, they don't see the big picture. Mexicans don't see the bigger picture. Whites don't see the big picture as it relates to this. They just say, if you don't like me, you're a racist. And everything in this in America, I've only lived in America, race and money plays a part in everything that we do in America. Everything. Not one thing, not 2 things, not 3 things, not 4 things, not 5 things. Everything. When a Mexican gangster gets up, what does he do? He puts on his Mexican gangster attire. When a black gangster get up, what does he do? He puts on his black gangster attire, right? When a white man is walking down the street in a suit, you assume that he's safe. That's race. You understand where I'm coming from? And I know all my dumb, ignorant motherfuckers are going to say, oh, Fred, you're race bait. I'm speaking truth. I'm teaching y'all a motherfucking lesson. All right? Because if you go to jail and you don't understand this shit, you're going to be somebody's bitch. You're going to be somebody's hoe. I don't wish that upon anyone. And if it's not in jail, you're going to be the world's hoe, because you just don't get it. And that's why great people, the one thing they do, they get it. I'm not talking about money. There's so many millionaires in this world, multi-millionaires in the world, that don't get it. All right? And it overall was I had fun today, man. I had fun. I was rocking and rolling all day long, huffing and a puffing and singing that song. All the little birds on chain. I'm fucking with y'all. But anyways, man, it's hot in LA tonight, man. Charging my car. Everybody's in town. A gentleman never tells. So I can't tell y'all what the fuck is popping. But just know it's on and popping tonight here in LA. So I'm charging the car, make sure I got enough miles. So if I got to go to the Valley, if I got to go to Hollywood, I got enough miles to make it do what it do. So that's what it is tonight, man. I can't thank everybody enough for hitting me in the DMs, guys in the comments, even my haters. 100% of the haters will be back tomorrow because they know Robert Garcia and Mike Garcia will be at the fight tomorrow. 100%, not 99.9. 100% of the haters will be back tomorrow. And I'm enjoying blocking these motherfuckers. Man, my block list went from 0 to 100 literally real quick. so anyways, man, I applaud y'all. I just want to humbly say thank you. I admire y'all. It was just a great day, man. It was just a great day. And as I get back to my original message about this, you can speak your life into existence and not knowing you're speaking your life into existence. When you speak truth, you're speaking to your universe. Because I spoke truth about Mikey Garcia. And I told you guys, Mikey Garcia is not mad at me. He wants to prove me wrong. And I love it. Robert Garcia is not mad at me. He wants to prove me wrong. And I love it. March 17th, we're off to the next one. March 17th is over. We're going to the next. I'm going to cover Robert Garcia, and we're going to have some side conversations about if he wins one of these fights, he loses all three. I don't think he can win all three, for sure. He might be able to squeeze out one. I don't know which one, but that's a hope and a prayer. You know, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a parlay ticket in Vegas. I'm going to put in a Robert Garcia parlay bet. Man, I'm going to put $100 on all three. Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Tank Davis. I'm going to put a parlay bet on all. I'm going to put $100 on it just so I can have it for my record. You know what I mean? Just so I can have it and say, Robert, I put a bet in for you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, for me to go against you just for kicks, you know, I'm basically paying for lunch. If I get a $100 ticket, it's just basically lunch, you know? So, but anyways, man, I applaud y'all. I humbly say thank you. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. The same suspects that you saw. that has too much meaning. I was thinking of Kaiser Sose. The same usual suspects you saw today will be the same usual suspects we quite might see tomorrow, plus a handful more. So I'm going to continue to push buttons respectfully. I'm never going to disrespect Mikey Garcia. I'm never going to disrespect him. I'm never going to disrespect Robert Garcia. I'm never going to disrespect Peter. I'm never ever going to do that. Victor Conte, I'm never going to disrespect him outside of what he's done, the injustices he's done, literally the injustices he brought to the sport of boxing. I'm going to hold him accountable to the fire every time I interview him. Because December 16th, Willie Monroe got popped, right? He blamed Willie Monroe. Hold yourself accountable. He was in Snack. He's been in Snack. I've seen so many pictures of Willie Monroe over the years at Snack. But anyways, man, it's none of my business. All the haters gonna come out. But anyways, man, all my true brothers, you guys are safe here. All my kings, you guys are safe here. All right? We're safe. We're gonna have a great time on March 16th. We got a whole bunch of other fights. Me and Robert Garcia are gonna get real comfortable with each other. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be fun. I'm promoting the fight. I'm creating Public Enemy #1. I'm teaching you guys business 101. You know what Burger King did? You know what Burger King and Coffee Bean did? You know what Burger King, you guys say what? Everybody say what? What did Burger King and Coffee Bean do? Always get a business right next to your competitor. Coffee Bean is always right next to Starbucks. Within a half-a-mile radius, always. Burger King is always within a half-a-mile radius of McDonald's. I'm telling y'all. I'm teaching y'all. I'm teaching y'all. I don't care what my subscriber count is. I don't give a fuck. I take that back. Do I value my subscriber count? 1,000%. Do I want 100,000 subs? Yes. So when media outlets look at it like, damn, he's strong, right? But I know I have 50 to 60,000 subs. I know it. No doubt in my head. If not more. You understand? So I'm not worried or too concerned about that. I just want to say, at the end of the day, oh, I got one for y'all. Y'all gonna thank me later. All my real motherfuckers out there. All my real motherfuckers out there. My real motherfuckers out there. And you grown, and you got a woman, you got 3 women, you got 2, you got a wife, you got a girlfriend, you got a mistress. Dirty by Tank. Oh, man. Oh, I've been on this shit. I like when you're on. Oh, Dirty by Tank. All right. Check out that song. It's real. Have a great time tonight. Be safe. Be careful. I'm about to have a great time. And it's on and popping. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I got another 15 minutes and I'm out of here. So anyways, Barbershop Conversation. I appreciate you guys. Be careful. And hopefully I can bring you guys some more great content tomorrow. I'll holla. Peace.